Hi all, Hipper here. So today we are playing the map that I hate the most in the game. And if you hate that map as well, don't forget to subscribe. Because this map is Atlantic and it's capture the base. And I happen to be in a battleship. So that's just perfect. And I think, well, I don't think, I know. One of the reasons that I really hate this map here, especially in capture the base, is because that so much depends on your team in this mode here. And if you get like a disappointing team, like I have in this battle here, except with one exception, then this is just painful. Like a slow, march towards the lemming abyss, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you look back at my team now, they're just doing random things out in open water. None of them have a plan, at least a plan that I can some sort of, figure out. And I think that many people just don't grasp on this map here is that you do need some cover. If you sit in the open in a battleship at the back of the map, you're just gonna get burned by the cruisers that actually move in towards the cover in the middle of the map. Usually the team that just sits in the spawn or their half of the map is the team that loses. That's generally the thing here. And once you are an experienced player, you can tell in the first 30 seconds how this match is going to turn out. And I could tell that I'm the only one pushing forward to get some cover. So obviously that tells me right off the bat here that this is going to be a horrible match. You can see the Reds have 2 battleships, actually 3 battleships pushing in. Actually 4 battleships, but 2 of them are already in position. And the blue team has me, and I'm not in the best of positions because I can only really shoot at stuff that's on my right flank. I mean, I had to make a choice moving in, so I chose to go for the right flank. So it's paid off pretty well so far, and I'm of course a little bit worried about getting flanked because there is no one on the left flank. Well, there are 2 blue ships, but they might as well not be there because they're not in a position to do anything. This map here could really benefit from being just a little bit more compact, because pretty much all the action happens within the blue circle, my detection circle right now. And if you go outside that circle, you're pretty much taking yourself out of the battle. And that means any sort of flanking is, it's not, useless, but it takes a long time to actually perform. And the impact is not that fantastic because, there's really no point in flanking here. And going for the 2 caps on the sides, and especially the cap on the right side, that is just, well, at most of the time it seems to just be a total waste of hit points. The cap on the left side, that makes more sense. And then now I'm also just asking these guys here, what are you doing? And of course I get a negative back. Sometimes this game here is just absolutely horrible. So this Pommern here, he's in a good spot. He's just waiting for someone to push. And obviously that's not going to be me. And if I might critique the red team as well, there's an awful lot of red ships hiding behind that, those 2 islands over there. And like I said, this is just a matter of which team has the most players that end up with an XP below 1000 in a loss. Below 1000 in a loss and below 1500 in a win. That's my threshold for people who have actually, done their duty in the game. And that, I'd say that's a pretty low threshold actually. So that brings me to the second critique I have of this map. And I have many critiques of this map here, but the second that I'm going to, talk about in this video here is the fact that it always gets so stale. Because nobody pushes on this map here. And I mean, with good reason, because, flanking is very dangerous. And it's really the fault of the map, I think. I don't think it's geared for the kind of gameplay that we have on Legends. On PC it's probably better, but on Legends, I don't think it fits. So the two guys over here on this flank have just abandoned it. I mean, there's a destroyer over there, but I mean, one of the ships is a Colbert. I mean, that thing eats destroyers for breakfast. So he should be applauding that destroyer for coming all the way to him so he can get a free kill. Instead, he's running away and like hiding at almost at the base and at the white line. So I'm just lucky that this Republic here kind of chickens out and actually decides, okay, I'm not gonna flank anyway. Because had he kept going, he would probably eventually burn me down here. Because I couldn't really get any good shots at him. And also, like, this is the time to pounce. When a battleship realizes, like, he's made a mistake and he's trying to get himself out of hot water, trouble like this Republic here, that's when you hit them. And that's when you hit them hard and everybody focuses on them and gets them removed from the game quickly and easily. Someone is shooting at this guy here, but there is not a lot going on. And I'm mostly focusing on having him to stop flanking. Because I cannot rely on anyone in this game here. As usual, pretty much. So, and if you look again at my blue team, no one is pushing in at all. And there goes a battleship. I don't know how that happened, but he was probably sitting out in the open getting fried by HE cruisers. Don't you think? That's what I think. Another thing that annoys me in this battle here is that there's only one destroyer on the enemy team. So why is everyone hanging back the way they are? Like, you see the remaining battleships, they are pretty much like behind our base. And I don't understand what the point is in that. But, I mean, there's so many things I don't understand in this game here. But this is Legendary tier. And if you don't understand that you don't defend the base by sitting in the base, that's the worst thing you can do. Like, you have to take up defensive positioning. It doesn't matter that it's not a domination map. You have to, you know, put yourself in a position that makes it hard for the enemy. And sitting out there in the open water with no cover at all, fully visible to everybody, and, you know, taking pot shots at bow tanking enemy ships, that is not going to do anyone any favors. So I'm getting a little bit sick of this game here now. And, I mean, that happens a lot. Like I said, in the first 30 seconds, I can see, I look around when I start and I look at people's guns and I look at if they have camos on and I look if they actually start moving immediately. And there's lots of little telltale signs. And then once people start moving, you're going to look, okay, where are they going? You're looking on the map. And 30 seconds in, 1 minute in, you can tell if this is going to be like a stinging defeat or if people actually have kind of a clue when they play. In this case here, this is going to be a stinging defeat, and not because the red team is super good, they're pretty much as bad as my blue team here. It's just that, like, there's no system, there's no strategy, there's no knowledge. There's absolutely nothing in this game that makes the battle fun. And that happens a lot more on Atlantic than it does on any other map. By a huge margin. So I'm sure if you ask around, for example, the other CCs, there is a general opinion that Atlantic just is the worst map. Like, one, it's boring, and two, it brings out the worst in people's play. And that's just why it's a double whammy of, you know, really, really horrible gameplay that I don't think anybody enjoys. I mean, this battle here is just so dull and, like, drawn out and just, like, haphazard, random, whatever thing. There is no fun at all. It's also because I'm in a battleship, so I kind of can't really do anything interesting. I can just sit and, you know, shoot. And that's another problem with Capture the Base. There's nothing fun to do. There's no caps to grab. There's no destroyers to, you know, lure into the caps or anything like that. It's just a matter of sitting in a spot and shooting at the enemy until the enemy is dead. That's it. And I wouldn't mind if Wargaming removed Capture the Base, at least for a while, and gave us Epicenter and Domination exclusively, or maybe some other game mode that actually had more of, you know, something to do. Because boy, oh boy, do I hate capture the base, and I especially hate it on the Atlantic map. So here the Colbert is asking me to, get back, and obviously doesn't understand the game, because we are behind on points. Now we are very much behind on points. And the only way we can salvage this thing, and there's a destroyer. I wonder what he wants to do. He's been behind me the whole battle here, so I was halfway thinking, oh, he's gonna come up here and then he's gonna smoke me up, and then I can't see anything, and then he's gonna sit in his smoke, and we're both gonna be blind for 2 minutes. That doesn't happen though, but I still don't understand what he's actually doing, because I'm spotting for myself here, dude. There's only 11 kilometers to the enemy, and he's not firing any torpedoes. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. But let's get back to the Colbert here that just before asked me to retreat, and that's a bad idea. Because now we are seriously behind on points, and you can see me moving forward now because it's now or never. There's less than 3 minutes left, and I'm going to have to find some broadsides to finish off this game here very, very quickly. And the Montana is down, but I need to sink another 2 ships in 2.5 minutes for this battle here to be won. And I don't understand why the other ships aren't pushing forward, because I'm suspecting that they don't understand that we are behind on points. And again, I'm told to go back, and this is just infuriating. I don't mind saying that, because this is legendary tier, and if you sit in your base like that and just let the enemy take the victory that easily, I'm prepared to. And that's my destroyer friend again, and I think he's going around me in circles or something. And I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, oh, the joys of legends sometimes. So there's a Musashi moving in, and he actually starts to shoot some torpedoes. So that's good. So again, I'm asking these guys here to move forward, because if we don't sink 2 ships in the next 1.5 minutes, we're going to lose. It doesn't matter. So naturally, I'm going to make a move, because what do I have to lose? If I get sunk or not, doesn't matter. We're still going to lose, because these guys in the base are not going to move, and they're not going to sink anyone from out there with about a minute left. You have to move in, and if you have to ram some ships or whatever it takes to try to salvage this battle here, because we are pretty much equal on ships, and all the Reds have to do now is just just bow tank, or stay unspotted, or whatever they have to do to just keep out of the limelight, while all the pressure is on the blue team here to actually make a game-winning move, and nobody is making any moves at all. And like I said, this is legendary tier, and some of the worst gameplay is found at this tier. Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it is still very, very bad sometimes, extremely horrible, and it's just infuriating. So anyway, I got my high caliber there, so I'm ready for my punishment, and I'm ready to get taken out of this battle here and move on to perhaps a battle where people know what the points mean at the top of the screen, and just looking back at these guys here in rage. So anyway, that was another wonderful day in the world of World of Warships Legends here on the Atlantic map, which is probably, well, not probably, it is definitely, without a doubt, and triple underlining, the worst map in the game